Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox. You're on the panel tonight is the one and only Fox and the legend that is Bridgeman. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Ox. Evening, Bridge.
Can I say a massive good evening to you guys? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Oh, there he's there. He's nice. Oh, is it what colour? GFK's just sneaked in. What colour of vest are you calling that? I think Cerise is the name I would use. Bridgeman, what about you? GFK's new vest?
I would agree with you. I would agree with you, absolutely. It looks smashing on him.
Oh, suits it, mate. Suits it. Evening, GFK.
Evening, I am wearing the coat of many colours.
Oh, very proud of you, mate. Very proud of you.
Yeah, it's quite a fetching coat it is. Good evening, my good friend.
It matches your eyes this Sunday morning.
That'd be a yellow coat, aye.
very LGBT, mate.
Wow.
I'm proud of him, mate. Boys came a long way, mate.
How you all doing, guys? Roasted here.
Oh, it's roasted here, but it's Baltic in the south east of the city, mate.
Aye.
Aye.
It's not Baltic, but it's not as warm as you're making it out to be, God's sake.
Aye,
it's glorious. Roasted. It's glorious. I'm telling you, the tar was running down the streets in Partick today, down Crow Road. Incredible.
Well, I remember there used to make me marbles with the tar.
There you go.
Warm, used to pull the tar off the street.
Clinkers.
Clinkers, I love it. I love it.
See, fridges, they used to take me and sit them in the window ledge and let them go hard. That is your 5 stains are very good, aye.
5 stains, there's a gamer. I bet Wayne's would know how to play that now.
No. Some of the Wayne's can't count to 5, never mind stains.
Foxy's had enough problem with 2 stains.
What a shocker. What a shocker you are, Oxford.
Anyway, well, obviously there's a couple of Rangers things broke today. We're going to look at Mark Allen and how we've done in the transfer market. And of course, will be the club just no long before we come here. There's a statement for the club broke about the retail deal, and the one and only Bridgeman will be reading that out once we're finished talking about how we've done in the transfer market. What's your initial thoughts of how the squads came together, Bridgeman?
The way our managers pulled them, our manager and Mark Allen both have pulled it all together. I think they've done a remarkable. Sorry.
Aye.
Right. I think they've done a remarkable job. It looks like we've brought in, most of the guys that we've brought in this year have been higher quality in general, or they've been better, shall we say, better quality squad players. And I'm including like Greg Stewart. I don't expect Greg Stewart to be the wonder kid in the right wing or anything like that, but he'll be a really good squad player for us, you know. And that allows other people to move on. Hopefully, I think they've done very well. I think there's still talk about Ryan Kent. There's still talk about Rangers after Ryan Kent. I don't know how true it is, but if they get Ryan Kent in, that'll be another addition. A really high quality player, brilliant stuff. I don't know if it's possible, but I think they're doing very well. Some areas think that's it. Transfers finished. I'm quite happy. The boys will get in are good, and we're not going to know how good they are until we start playing in the league and how far we can go in Europe, because that's my hope, is that we get as far as we got last year and we get into the sort of group stages, and if we can get there, then obviously I want them to get out of there successfully, that is, and that would do me, and that would prove how well our manager and the director of football have built the squad. That's what it will prove to me. Let's hope it happens.
I get you with the group stages in that, Bridge, but my priority is points on the board, mate. League title and getting a lead, hopefully, in the league and taking it from there. But one thing at a time. Fox, you're a study of all things football, and obviously we're still getting maybe Grezda, Lafferty. They're the two maybe ones that high profile go to the door. Obviously, unfortunately, Graham Dorrans might have to leave us, but slowly but surely the squad shrinking. For you, as the quality improved, Fox?
It has. I think we acted quickly, probably due to good scouting, studying our people coming out of their contract. We picked our targets early and got them in early in the free market zone. Brought in players like Young Hasty and Aribo. Got quickly a hold of Ojo on loan. Brought in Greg Stewart. All done very quickly before most teams had even made a move. I thought that's a sign of good planning, good forward thinking, and it allowed us to settle and start to pick out our main targets. I think that Mark Allen and Stephen Gerrard have done a great job pre-season.
KFK, gives your thoughts, mate?
I've not got any arguments with it, but the guys are saying there. I mean, the gaffer did say that it was looking to get at least 2 players for every position, and I think so far the signings he's made, his buys and the loan deals, I'm happy with that. I don't have any reason not to be happy with it. I heard what the Bridgeman said there regarding Ryan Kent. I'm not going to say Ryan who, but what I would say is that do we really need Ryan Kent at this moment in time? Is he a luxury to us? Is it a wage that we don't need to pay? Is the gaffer maybe thinking that he needs him to take that step forward to the Championship? Maybe. I don't think he is. I'm looking forward to seeing Jordan Jones perform well on one side and Ojo on the other. So I'm happy with the acquisitions that the gaffer's made, whether it be loans or our own players that he's brought in. Obviously, the big Hollander at 3.4 million is still to make a good competitive start for us, which I think he will. So overall, Oxshire, I'm really happy with the business that him and Mark Allen have done. So, but we're still about 4 weeks away, 5 weeks maybe for the end of the transfer window. So whether he decides to bring anybody else in, we'll just need to sit and wait and see. Hopefully the ones that we think may go out, and I don't know who we're talking about, Alfredo and Tav, there's a lot of rumblings going on that they may go. Which, if the money was right, I
believe everything you read.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, I hope that becomes nothing.
Well, if somebody comes in with silly money, they're gone. But that's the same for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. But overall, the acquisitions that Mark Allen and the gaffer has brought in, I'm very happy with that. I can see a big improvement. I think we can all see a big improvement, and that's with it going overboard. Mm-hmm. You know, we've played friendlies and we've played the European ties against St Joseph's, but I'm really happy with the way things are going. Definitely.
For me, with Gresden and Lafferty, and I don't mean any disrespect to the two fellas, hopefully leaving us, I think we could do with a striker, mate, or really do. I think 2 strikers might not be enough to win you the league, particularly one of them in the latter stage of his career, but that's only my view. Fox?
Yeah.
I suppose we could do with another experienced striker, but we've got youth there as well. Who's that young boy? Jack Rudden.
Jack Rudden.
Aye, and we're always saying we'd like
the Broxy School of Football.
Aye, but we always like to say we'd like to see youth getting a chance, and the boy scored well when he was with Falkirk and a team that didn't create many chances. So, as a last resort, maybe he'll come in, you know.
All right. Okay, well, listen, before we discuss it any further, I think it's only right we hear for a man that's heading up recruitment is Mark Allen. So, get yourself on mute and we'll hear from Mark Allen.
It's been quite a busy window. Obviously, I think we've said on a number of occasions we try and get on the front foot, so we were well planned and ready to go with a lot of the acquisitions. Some took a little bit longer than others, but I think on the whole, satisfied with where we got to, and we were able to bring people in early enough to make the pre-season trip. And obviously, the latest one with Philip adding him into the squad has been a sort of another welcome and another thing that obviously takes us to the next bit.
You mentioned Philip there. The manager made point of referencing the transfer fee that was paid for that, or people paid for him. Given that, plus the outlays on fees and wages for other players, you must be very pleased with the backing you've had from the Rangers board.
Yeah, look, I think I've always said that we've been supported in pretty much everything we've wanted to do. We've been prudent with that. as well, in terms of making sure through good scouting and recruitment we're able to identify players who we think will bring value to the overall sort of organisation, and paying sensible transfer fees to go with that. But that's premised on sort of recruitment in the background, working hard, making sure we're identifying, watching, doing all the due diligence before we bring in, and being quick off the mark. And I think that's what we've been, hopefully, in most of the windows, and this one was no exception. And we were able to secure talent early enough to be able to make the difference as soon as possible.
Yeah, the manager's also spoken about making the team more entertaining this season. Obviously, you played some great football at times last season, but with the recruitment this year, was that something that was always kept in mind?
Yeah, look, I think every year you're looking to improve. We make no secret of that. Every season we look, and at the end of every season we look at where we think we need improving, where those improvements can come, what positions, what type of profile of players we're looking for. And I think people can see that the profile of the team has changed over the last few windows in terms of the athleticism and the pace and the speed and tempo to the way we want to play. And obviously, if we want to play that way, you're going to have to find players who can match that category and that criteria, and that becomes a big part of our recruitment drive then when we're identifying talent.
How much more, if any, transfer business is still to be done?
I always say never say never. The transfer window closes the 31st or the early part of September actually this year. So we'll go right to the wire, and like all things, if we think there's something out there that can add to what we've already got that we think can make us better, my job is to make that case to the board and to see where we get to. So I think it's fair to say we're pretty much done. You'll always be looking to fine tune, and what I will say is we'll take it to the wire before we make that decision.
We've also seen Ryan Hardy move to Blackpool. On top of that, are you expecting more players to move?
I think I said in the early part of the summer we expect some transition, yes. The managers sort of sat down with every player in the squad and made them clear in terms of where he sees them fit in, the parts they'll play. And there will be some, unfortunately, there'll be surplus to that. And our job is to make sure that we make sure that they find sort of the next step for them as well.
In terms of both players coming in and going out, the fact that the English window shuts 3 weeks before the Scottish window, is that a good thing or a bad thing for you?
I think it's mixed. Look, at the end of the day, we know the Premier and Championship window closes. Europe is still open, and that's a good playground for us in terms of talent, in terms of either bringing in or moving out. So I think it's mixed. I think that the pressure really is on probably the more the English clubs in terms of they only got a certain amount of time to do their shopping, which, if you're going to get somebody interested in your players, that's probably the best time to know, because it gives you a little bit more time to do something about it if something was to happen.
Ross McCrorie's gone on loan to Portsmouth, obviously a great club, a higher pressure environment. What do you want him to get out of his spell there? Yeah, I think very similar. Look, Ross is someone we see with a bright future here at Rangers. And similar to Greg Docherty last year, I think we've seen the merits of Greg going out and playing regular sort of 40, 50 games of football, which is what we feel Ross needs to add to his armoury now, if you will. And I think the example of Greg last year, Greg's come back a different player to the one that left us, having played, so much football. And we're hoping that the same applies to Ross. But we see Ross very much as part of the future. Pre-season has also seen a number of the academy players being involved. Josh McPaker, of course, making his debut in the St Johnstone's win at Ibrox. Is this a sign of how the academy is continuing to develop? Yeah, look, I think I said when I first started this job, there has to be a place for academy players. From a sort of a holistic perspective, in terms of you want to see young players coming through your system and making their debuts for the first team. But from a commercial and a business perspective, it's the best way to develop and refine talent as part of a business plan. What we must make sure is the players are good enough and they're being developed in such a way that they can make that transition. And I think it's fair to say that there are a number of them now are reaching that point where they're getting first team experience, they're getting exposure through training. Some may go on loans and come back. It's all part of their development. And as I say, we've got to find the right playground for them at the right stage of their career. The fact that a number of them will have the opportunity to play in the UEFA Youth League this season, how big a step forward is that for the club?
Yeah, I think, again, you always want to match best with best, and it gives a chance to look at like for like. Where do we compare with the best 18 and 19-year-olds in Europe? Are we as good as them? Are we technically as good, physically, tactically, mentally? So those will be great tests, and they'll also be great experiences for those young boys to play against big teams.
You mentioned the loans for the younger players as well as the first team. And in more general terms, how important is the role of Billy Kirkwood, who, of course, you appointed as loans manager?
Oh, it's significant. And as I said to you, I think last year, you have to have a loans manager that focuses. They're our assets. They belong to our football club. And our job is to get the best out of those players, whether they go permanently, whether they go as part of their development, whether we see that probably their time at Rangers is up and they might need to seek pastures new. They're still assets to the football club and very much part of the fabric. And I think Billy has got the relevant experience, having sort of played, managed, done pretty much everything, and understands the development of a player and the transitions that sometimes occur in their careers. So he's been a perfect addition and a great addition to the team. Plus, it's a vital part to our overall business plan.
The Rangers Women's programme now comes under your remit. How proud are you that they're now a full part of the club? Yeah, I mean, from my time at Manchester City, the women's programme came under, if you like, my umbrella as the director of the academy when I was at City. So I'm well versed in terms of that game. We can see it's developing hugely. I think it's only right and proper that we have a fully integrated team, and obviously they'll be under the same sort of microscope as we will in terms of, we want to win and be successful. So I think it's a good way to integrate it. I think the academy is the best place for them to be integrated into initially, because they're learning to be professionals. And they need to understand all the requisite things that go with that in terms of eating, training, sleeping, and enjoying the facilities that are here. So yeah, I think it's an integral part of the overall football philosophy to have that as part of it. You actually said about Billy Kirkwood having the attributes in terms of playing, coaching, managing, etc. To that extent, you've got Amy McDonald as your head of women's and girls programme. That must be very important for you as well. Absolutely.
Amy's sort of pretty much done everything that there needs to be done. We think she's the right person to lead the whole programme. Obviously reporting into Craig initially. But as I say, Amy's got a wealth of experience there, and what we need to do is to fine-tune that and help her and support her with resourcing and players to take us to the level we want to play at and be at.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. Some interesting stuff there. Pretty much done. Happy with the acquisitions, getting people at the door. Just what we discussed before we heard the interview with GFK.
I mean, he's a very positive man, and he knows the job he's got in front of him, and he's coped with it well. So, as I said, what we were talking about earlier on, I'm happy with the acquisition so far, and I agree with Fox there. I mean, I think we need another striker, and that's about really all we need, I would say. Going with the pool of players we've got. We know we're going to lose 4 or 5 with the Gresdan, Dorans and Big Lafferty and things like that. So they will go and obviously free up some more money wages-wise. I've no complaints, I say. It's not going over the top. I'm pleased with what we've done so far, and I'm pleased with the job that they're doing. On the ladies thing, I know I get a lot of stick on here about it, but it's a progression that the wider world is. That a lot of women's football is played all over the world now, so it's a big thing, and Rangers are part of that now. So I'll take my hat after them on that aspect. So I'll just reserve judgment on that as it stands. Will I go to any women's games? I don't think I will, but well done,
I think
Rangers.
that's what they call in the old days. That's taking the fifth, mate.
I think so, aye. Yeah. Mark Allen's interview in Stresser was good. I did enjoy it. Made a lot of sense. Told us exactly how things were progressing and how they could progress and how he hopes it to progress. So yeah, happy for me, mate. Definitely.
Obviously, I think this has been for the interview took place, Fox, before Daniel Candeias left us, but obviously the manager's been very, very honest, and that's the kind of manager we've got. He sat people down, gave them an honest assessment. What more can you ask for?
I agree. He said that the manager spoke to every player individually, let them know their position at the club. So you can't be any more straightforward than that. I honestly think that Mark Allen is just as important signing as Steven Gerrard. I think he's been great in reorganising Rangers, helping with the transfers and lining up the scouting system. And he seems to work well with Steven Gerrard, and the two of them seem to go on well. It's a good situation for us at the club at the moment.
Because he's your mate, you don't need to bum him up, Fox.
No. Yes, and he's a terrific speaker and knows the game inside out, mate.
Aye. I think they come as a sort of a package, if you like. You know, I think that would have helped seal the deal for Gerrard when we spoke to Mark Allen and get the plans and vision, Bridgman.
Yeah, I think so. I think the guy speaks very, very well, and most of the things he said we've spoke about in the recent past, if not in just tonight alone, we've spoken about things. I think that although I have to say, I think most of any female people or any females that are listening in to this wee station here tonight must have been holding their breath when JFK mentioned the ladies football. I think
JFK's come a long way in the last couple.
It has. I have to take my hat off to him. That was well manoeuvred. JFK well manoeuvred.
Yeah,
did well.
That's the only diversity training I wish to take part in.
No, but seriously, I think.
Yeah.
I think
he's applied for a role in Brokeback Mountain, the sequel, as a stunt double.
I hope you're in it.
Mark Allen did a fantastic job. I think the stuff he said about the way the managers sort of pulling him and the manager are pulling it together is just the kind of question you asked earlier on. It's all in his mind looking good, and it goes right down through the whole youth system and everything. So it's just marvellous to see, marvellous to listen to, and I hope it keeps going for us. I hope it does.
See what you say there, Oxshare, about him not being a very important man in the system, and I mean, in a lot of ways, Mark Allen is more important than Steven Gerrard. I mean, let Steven Gerrard just deal with the team and what matters to get them playing good on the park, and it lets him and the other guys that he's got working with him, the scouting system, to bring in the best players that he can for Rangers. So your comment there that how valuable is to Rangers is very, very valuable. He does what he does it very well, and it allows Steven Gerrard to concentrate on tactics, getting the team playing every way that he thinks he can. So I'm happy but he's contributed so far to Rangers, and long may that continue.
It seems as if they're a good fit for each other, Fox, which is very, very important. You need that relationship.
It gives a bit of stability at the top. As I said earlier on, both of them know their jobs outside in, and all just bodes well for the future at Rangers for me. Yeah. As long as we can keep they two at the top of our club running things will just get better and better, mate.
Well, I hope so. I still think we need a striker in. I still think we'll be a bit short, but that's a personal view.
Sorry, can I ask a question there, Oxford? When you
mean a top, then you can come in on. You go for.
Oh, sorry, bud.
I was just going to say that he said that they'll go right to the end of the transfer market.
Yep.
Looking to bring in people that can still do a job for us. So it's no over and done with yet.
Mm-hmm. I think obviously for finance, Fox, it'll depend how we do in the European ties as well. Obviously, that's a factor. If you kick on, you get to the group stages by the end of August, or you're nearly there. You've got a different budget for what you could get if you go it shortly, you know. Bridgman, what were you going to say, mate?
I was just going to say, when you said a striker, and you're not alone. There's quite a few people think we need a striker.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if we've still got Morelos and Defoe and young Zach Rudden in the background. We may not get rid of Lafferty, but in my opinion, I don't think he would ever play for us again. Excuse me. So we've got one reserve, shall we say, centre forward. If we keep Defoe for this season and Morelos, I don't know whether we would want to buy another striker, to be honest. However, I'm under no illusions. Good chance that Morelos might go. there's a chance. And if he does...
I'm assuming at the moment Morelos isn't going. What I'm saying is, if we're going to go far in Europe and we're going to win the 2 cups and we're going to do well in the league, we're going to play a lot of games. Defoe's not going to manage that. If Alfie's true to form, he'll pick up the odd booking here and there and he might be suspended for the odd game. So you've got injuries to take in. I think we're just a wee bit light. Only my opinion, but if anybody sees it different, JFK, what's the number to come on and give us a shuriken?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online and Foxy or Old School Blue will bring you in nicely and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Even for Tennessee, Foxy.
That was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
James for Tennessee, absolutely marvellous.
Can I ask you a question? Why does everybody doubt that Jermaine Defoe can't play every game this season?
He's about 2 years younger than you, Fox.
No, let's be honest. The man's as fit as a butcher's dog, mate.
I think there's a difference, mate, to play 90 minutes Thursday, Sunday.
They've only played.
Exactly, mate. That's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody else is injured or suspended, you're light.
They'll be shared between the two. The load will be shared between the two of them. Maybe 60, 70 minutes a game and then the other one comes on. I think that's the way it's going to go all season.
Fox, so I mean, I can see where you're coming from, mate, you know. But, so obviously we'll keep Defoe, and I think it's 70-30 we'll keep Fred. I think he will remain. I'm 70% hopeful of that or convinced of that. So are you quite happy with Zach Rudden as our backup striker?
Well, we've also got Greg Stewart there, mate, that could fit in for a couple of games.
Yeah.
You know, we're not exactly short of people.
Took the words right out of my mouth. He played in the first friendly, didn't he, against Oxford United?
Aye.
Setting up front. Did good too.
Yeah. No, I agree with I agree with your point there. But I'm in the Oxford camp. I still think we should go out and get a other striker. Who that could be, I don't know. But I still think that I don't think Zach Rudden's ready for the hustle and bustle of the Premier League. So that's just my opinion. But I would like to see us go out and buy another striker with Fred and Defoe still there.
Can I just say, Jimmy, you're not alone. Even Oxford himself there tonight has just said he thinks we could go and get another striker, or maybe should. And I'm sure there's a couple of boys in the lobby have similar thoughts. We should be going out and buying another striker. I don't know if they're wanting just in case, or maybe we do need another striker. I really don't know.
I think we need
I'm just saying. All I'm meaning is that there's a lot of Rangers fans have got the same thoughts. They think we need a new striker, another striker, should I say.
Yeah,
sorry.
I've said that last season as well.
The Bridge, man, I don't think we need a star striker. I think we need the boy McGuinness. The boy McGuinness for Bolton's been mentioned, obviously played with Northern Ireland. Yeah. And he's not somebody that would be your number one choice, but if you had suspensions and injuries,
you could
not going to get somebody to come and be a number 3. You know, it's difficult.
Yeah. Very difficult, pal. Very difficult.
So you've got to be really honest about it, where you are and how many games somebody's going to get. No, if somebody comes and they get themselves in the team and score goals, they stay in the team. But who's doing all the shifting and moving?
What's that?
Stardog is just come in. Go and mute Stardog.
He's just been on mute. He's having we'll put him on mute for half an hour for that. What do you think, JFK?
Yeah.
In the naughty step.
On a naughty step.
That's a sin.
That's not a sin. He should know better. He's a superstar.
Poor Starbug.
He's a superstar.
Yes, indeed. He's a
superstar. So we'll bring him in about 10:15. We'll bring him in, JFK. All right.
Oh, that's fine with me.
All right. I've seen that rumour, the boy McGuinness. It would do something. I know it's left field, but obviously if the value is right, I can see the sense in it, if that makes sense. JFK.
I'm in the same camp as you. It doesn't necessarily need to be what we term a big name striker. No, it's somebody who's been there and done it, basically. That and he would probably fit the bill. Somebody who'd be willing to come, knowing that he'd get a chance of playing for the Glasgow Rangers and be willing to sit there and be on the bench or whatever. I'd be happy with that kind of signing. I don't think Zach Rudden's ready to step up. I agree with what Fox is saying to a certain point. Can Jermaine Defoe play every game? Maybe maybe I can't see it. Not the way that Fred plays, not the way we play. Two different types of players. He will play a lot of games this season. I think the gaffer's already said that. He's got 2 number 9s. He's not said who his first choice is, which is good because that keeps Fred on his toes. You're not guaranteed your spot. Jermaine Defoe's here to fight for you, but so that sounds a good one to me, Oxshire. That'd be a guy that would come in, sit as third striker, and the off chance that suspension or injury would allow us to still have a half decent striker on the bench. Yeah.
Can I just ask a question? And what about Jason Cummings? Anybody interested in him? I think, is it not true Forrester releasing him? His contract's up.
Nice goal scorer, but I don't know if he's good enough for what we're looking for. But
he certainly wasn't good enough the last time he was with us.
I think that ship might have sailed. Very popular boy character.
Absolutely, I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was brilliant for us. First 2 games and then he fell asleep.
Yeah.
But anyway, evening Stardog, how we doing, mate?
Evening, guys. How are you? Sorry about the rummaging about, mate. I thought it was on mute. I'm usually on the ball.
You're usually the ultimate professional.
How
you doing?
How are you anyway tonight? I hear you talking about we need a third striker. I agree with that, Oxford. I think everybody remembers the semi-final against Aberdeen last year. We left ourselves so short. We don't want that to be happening again this year. I don't think we're needing a superstar unless obviously Alfredo's leaving us, which I don't want to happen. But we definitely, I think we need 3 strikers definitely up there. That would be my point on that. I would like to see another left back coming in and all, but I know he's just talking about the strikers now. So,
would you really think we need another left back, Stardog?
Just because we've not got a left side at left back, mate, we've not got MD getting cover for Barisic. I know Halliday can play it and things like that, but I don't know. I would just like to go and get another established left back in, mate. But that's just asking obviously for a bit much. That's just been picky, mate. I know.
So what do you think then, mate? If John Flanagan after he recovers for his op, do you think he's an option? Do you think he'll be in the squad?
100%, mate. He is an option, but just because he's a right back, really. But I know what you're saying there, mate. I'm just kind of been picky with that one, really. But
he's no playing.
Flanagan does in there definitely. He's got it. It's just he doesn't. He's not got he can't play the ball up the line, mate. The way Barisic can things like that. It's just.
I agree with you. I agree. Just that Flanagan for me never done a lot wrong at the tail end of the season, and I just think that he's a natural right back. We all know that was a position he played with Liverpool. So. But the gaffers deemed to play him at left back most of the times. And Andy Halliday hasn't done much wrong any time he's been asked to fill any position. So I would hold judgment on that myself. But do we need another left back? Nah, at the moment I'm not really too concerned about that. My concern, I think, is I think we're lacking another striker, and that's just my opinion. I just think that another striker would enhance the squad. Regards the Ryan Kent thing, I'm not too bothered about that, and I don't know how you guys feel that the gaffer's comments about he said he'd wait to the last second before he would hopefully bring Ryan Kent. I'm not too bothered. I don't think we should be pushing the boat out for Ryan Kent. We've got marine players now, so I would go along with that.
I personally think that's exactly what the man meant. He's going to hold off till the last minute in case Liverpool release him to put him on loan. We might end up being the team that's being chosen to take him. I don't know what the deal would be, but I think that's what the management want. That's what Mark Allen meant, the holding on. That's not to say there won't be others that might come in and be very good at it. I don't know.
Personally speaking, I wouldn't take him. I'm happy with. No, I don't want to upset. I think the team that going forward now. I mean, Ryan Kent scored 6 goals last season. I'm looking for a lot more for that for Jordan Jones. I think Jordan Jones can put in a better ball than Ryan Kent. So Ryan Kent. So I'm happy with that. So
do you think the club are willing to go out and splash the cash on another striker because you mentioned striker, and not just you. There's a number of people saying striker.
I don't see the point. I think there's got to be value in it because you're not bringing in your number one or your number two striker.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Some of the guys in the lobby have mentioned the boy Roof from Leeds.
Nah, never. That was
just saying. There's some of the boy you're saying.
You're right.
Maybe we should go for him.
That was a red herring. I can't. Having watched him in various other platforms and that, the guy's a player and he will go for big money down south. He's out of our league. He'll go for 10, 15 million. He's a fantastic player. A bit of a poacher, goal scorer and that, but he'll not come to Rangers unless we decide to break the bank, but that's not going to happen. But he is a fantastic player. Fantastic goal scorer. Not so much a player, but he's a
finisher. He's a finisher.
That's a word I was looking for, Oxford. I think you've seen him down there. You probably see him more than me day up here, but I think he's more than a decent player, but I think he's a wee bit...
Do you think then that maybe that's us finished paying large amounts of money for transfers?
Oh, it depends who goes, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get money for Gresta, you get money for Lafferty, you do well in Europe, things that look different. There's a lot of things in your budget, isn't there?
Because I think at the grand total that we've spent this year is, I don't know what, but maybe 4 or 5 million this season, this close season.
6.1 million.
6.1.
Yep.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yep.
No, but that's absolutely brilliant.
Do you not think that Mark Allen will have picked out somebody in case Alfredo goes? We must have somebody in the background that we're willing to move for if Alfredo should go.
I think you're 100% right there, Fox. I listen to the guy the day's presser and what I've heard him say previously. You're 100% there. I think he'll be on the ball and he'll have a few strikers earmarked. Whether it's Fred stays or Fred goes. I totally agree with you, mate. I think there'll be players there that he would think that could do a job for Rangers, whether it is a third striker or as a number one striker.
All right, if anybody's got any other thoughts, Stardog, what's the number?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Oh, he was good at that bridge, wasn't he?
He's definitely practicing. Brilliant.
Where else can he join us, Stardog?
You can join us at Skype at live at rangersradio.online and on Twitter. Is that right?
I don't know, is it?
I don't know, but basically we can talk about all things Rangers. When you finally do get to us, we can talk about all things Rangers.
Yeah.
Well said, pal. Well said.
Professional to the end.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Wonderful. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on... Where else are we, Fox? What's the other one? Periscope?
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Periscope. We had to get that for Travel Rock.
Nice one.
Anyway, we've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Evening, guys. It's Blue Star.
How are you doing, Blue Star?
Oh, Blue Star, how you doing?
I'm worried about you.
Where have you been, Blue Star?
I know. I spent a lot of time, guys. My mother's not no good. She broke her hip and she's had loads of complications. So my time's been spent in Glasgow Royal.
Oh, very sorry, pal. Very sorry.
Sorry to hear that.
I just come on there, guys, and I heard you talking about if we were able to go for another striker. Just as Fox says there, I think our management team must obviously have one, if not two guys earmarked if like say Alfredo goes. That must be a gimme. Whether we can bring one in the now. I'm not. I think they could possibly bring in somebody young that would have a sell-on value, but I wouldn't have thought that we'd be spending a lot of money on them unless one of our strikers goes, and that would be Alfredo, wouldn't it?
I agree, mate. I agree. I think we're talking about bringing in a third striker, mate, a squad player at the moment.
Yeah.
The boys aren't quite ready, but. Somebody that would maybe either be on a free, or you never know, maybe a year's loan, you never know.
I would have taken a punt on the boy Shankland.
I just don't think he's good enough for us,
Yeah.
mate. if I'm
I know,
really
mate, but
honest.
see, he's a third striker, Rocks, man. He might just have been good enough. We'll never know now. Obviously, I think he's signed with Dundee United now, but I think for a free transfer, I would have definitely taken a wee punt. Obviously,
I think you've got
I'm
to
fair,
want- I
so I've got a wee bit of a soft spot for him.
I think what happens is we want the boys to do well because they're Rangers supporters, mate, and we get
Yeah.
carried away. I think you need to look where he is, and it tells you everything you need to know.
Is that the same Scumdy United that got pumped tonight 2-0 Beast 5?
No, but
Yeah,
I don't mean because he's went to Dundee United. I mean
No,
the
I know,
level
pal.
they're
I know.
playing
I
at.
know.
The level they're playing at. Anyway,
Guys, I know him.
let me
I
just
know
take
him
this
quite
caller,
well.
Stan. Let me just take this caller because if I don't take him, every breath's a bonus for this year, and so I need to bring him in. How we doing, Albert?
I'm doing fine, Ox. I'm doing fine. How you doing, guys?
All right, Albert.
All right, Albert.
On you go,
Listen,
Blue Star.
bit.
Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry,
Albert.
mate. Sorry.
We'll let
Sorry,
you get a few breaths in there, then we can let Blue Star in. On you go, Blue Star.
I would say you're talking about Shanklin there. I know him very well. He's from my area. I'm told that Rangers looked at him umpteen times, and the thing that they kept coming back with was he was far too slow, and he is a poacher, guys, but he's not a runner. And with the looks of things, I think Gerrard's looked at guys for up front, and I think he's looking for plenty of mobility now, and I think that's what went against the boy. Because the one thing you look at it, Ox, they weren't having to outlay a lot of money. You were talking about 250 grand. So he's young. So they did look at him quite a few times. I know that for a fact.
I wish the boy a lot of success in his career, but I just don't think he was up to the mark for what we were looking for. Evening, Albert. How we doing, mate? What's your thoughts, mate?
Just the striker one. What about big Joe Dodo? Do you know fancy him? I heard that he's back in training at the moment at the Rangers, and he was brought into the first team squad, I heard. So I think Gerrard's having a look at him.
Well, you never know. The answer could be sometimes right in front of your face. Interesting, JFK?
no for me. He's as extinct as a dodo.
Oh, see, you've done that.
Have none of you guys heard about them looking at Mo again? I've heard that they've been looking at Mo again.
Well, you never know, mate. Never know. That completely different from what we've got, mate. A sort of old-fashioned target type rather than the two strikers we've got just now.
Yeah.
You know?
He's certainly scoring goals down there, you know.
You never know, mate. You never know. There's no one I've seen mentioned, but there you go. Stardom, what's your thinking, mate?
I mean, I've not really got a name, to be honest with you, Ox. I do think we need a third striker. I think two isn't enough to keep us going through the season if Alfredo gets injured or suspended. And I mean, Defoe couldn't do it all himself week in, week out, especially if we're still in Europe.
Yeah.
What about Dodo?
Oh, I mean, I was excited about the boy when he moved to his mate, but I mean that was 2 seasons ago, and I know he never really got a chance with us, but I would like to see anybody that's at that club, mate, come in and do well. If they're capable of doing it, then fair play. But I'm like JFK, I just don't see it, mate. But fair play to him. If he's redeemed himself and managed to get himself back in with the first team, which is what I read as well. I mean,
she's already been told to find another club along with Lafferty.
Stranger things have happened, you know.
Oh no, I know, but the very fact that I'd tell him to look for another club, I think you can safely say that somebody comes in for him, he's away.
That game up at Aberdeen, though, the game he scored up at Aberdeen under Coutinho, well, I thought he was excellent when he came on. I thought he was absolutely outstanding.
He scored
2 goals well. Aye. He hit the post and all. He scored 3.
Can you go and mute when you're not talking, especially the boys on the phone? We're getting interference from these. We've been joined by another caller. Evening, caller.
Aye.
We can't hear you, mate. Your sound's terrible.
Somebody's out.
Well, we'll need to drop him up. Sorry about that. I think you must be out with travel, Rock. an interesting debate, all better. But I'd be surprised if we see Dodo, but you never know. Stranger things have happened in football. You'll have to look at Andy Halliday, don't you?
Well, the way I'm looking at it is if I've got any money left, and Stardog's right, I mean, the left back position, it's one of the ones, and if you're going to spend like a decent amount of money, you're going, well, if Morales is staying and Defoe's you're going to get, say, 40 games plus out of Defoe, that backup striker could be Dodo, you know what I mean? Because you're not wanting to go out and splash big if somebody sits somebody in the bench. Now remember, if you're going to spend, say, £4 million on a striker, that striker's going to be looking to be playing. It's first pick.
I don't see the spending money, mate. I seen it being a backup player, free transfer, loan deal, something like that, you know. I don't see he's going out and spending another £3.5 million if we're two strikers stay. Bridgeman?
Yeah, I think I was saying earlier on, I hope, and most Rangers fans as well do hope that Lafferty moves on. But if he doesn't move on, you're sitting there with a striker, excuse me, on your books that's cost you money. And if you brought another one, then that's you got 5, 6 strikers type of thing, you know. Yeah, I hope we don't go and spend any, providing Morales stays. I hope we don't go and spend any big money on strikers. Joe Dodo is on our books. He's our player. I don't know when his contract may be up next season. Well, we could use him. Young Zach Rudden's there. We could use him. Greg Stewart mentioned earlier. We could use him. So we have got people that can play in that area. Whether they're going to be as good as Morelos and Defoe, I would doubt. And I think your idea of going for an actual stand-in, if you follow what I mean, someone will just stand in and no worry too much about getting his game every week. What's his name again? McGuinness from Northern Ireland, did you say? Oxter?
Aye.
So someone like him might do it, but you might find, in all honesty, you've got people at the club that are just possibly as good as what McGuinness is. Although he's a big robust type, isn't he? He can rumble them up a bit. I'm just a bit sad for Lafferty because it seems like absolutely nothing's going for that boy now. Absolutely nothing.
Well, sometimes you've got, as an adult, you've got to take responsibility for your own actions.
100%. 100%.
You know, when we sign players, especially second time around, there's a connection with them and you hope it goes well, but you've got to do it on and off the park when you play with your club, JFK.
Aye, definitely, mate. You know, it's about conduct. It's about, you know, when you become a Rangers player, you've got to conduct yourself in a manner that's becoming being a Rangers player, and that's on the park and off the park. So the stories that we're hearing about different things and the things in the press about pictures and that thing, for me, he's burnt the bridges now. It's time for him to go. It's no work for him second time round, so it's tatty bye as far as I'm concerned. If he's used a backup striker, then I think the gaffer's making a big mistake. So for me, I'll be quite honest, if I'd rather have picked him and Joe Dodo, I'd put Dodo in front of Lafferty.
Can I ask you something, Jimmy? You know, if Lafferty decides or can't, maybe he can't get another club, so he decides to stay and gets his annual payment out of it, how do you think Rangers will handle that? Just they can't do nothing apart from. I mean, they can't
contract on it.
They can't sack him. I mean, he's not done anything deemed to be sackable. So, or he would have been sacked by now. So he's quite entitled to sit there and take whatever wages that he's entitled to. So, really, there's nothing. Does the gaffer use him? Does the gaffer bite the bullet and say, "I need to use him"? How will the fans react? Well, if he pulls on the blue for me, then I'll support him as a blue. But his actions, we've all spoke about it here in the last few months, that his actions were quite crass, what he did. So, for me, no. You know, other stories, he thinks he is somebody that he's no. So, second time around at Rangers. But, you know, stranger things have happened, Bridgeman. If he pulls on the blue again and he comes on the park and scores a goal, hat-trick, whatever, and starts banging them in, who are we to play in that aspect? But,
yeah, of course, that's what I mean.
He's got a contract there, and Rangers have got to make sure that he fulfills that contract. So if he says, "I'm staying, nobody wants to come in and buy me, I'm quite happy to play in the stiffs or whatever," and get a chance maybe in the first team, paying my wages. So he's quite entitled to do that.
All right,
Bridgeman, I'm inclined. Can I come in there, guys? Bridgeman, I'm inclined.
Mark Allen mentioned Greg Docherty, and obviously he's been away on loan. He mentioned Ross McCrory and these boys, whether it improves them. What's your view? And I'll come to you first, Blue Star. I'll take your first point and then you can answer that.
What Bridgeman says about Lathrick, guys, I may be honest, I still think the big guy's got I think he's a menace to defenders. I agree with JFK. It's the off-field stuff. On his football ability, I'm being honest here. I don't think he got a fair crack at the whip at the beginning when we got him. I think he should have had more games. But again, that's doing it by management. Whether that was doing it with what he was trying to do in training, I don't know. But there's no doubt about it. When the guy's on song, the big guy's a danger, man. There's none of us can argue that point. It's been his off-field stuff. Jimmy's right there. Going back to Docherty, you know me, I've said from day one, that wee guy's engine's as good as anybody in our whole squad. He can take the ball for our defenders and he runs. He causes havoc. He can tackle. He's he's put on a lot on his physique, and I'm really out of the moon that Gerrard's brought the boy back, because I think you'll be surprised with him this season. I think he's got a lot to offer. I really do.
What position are you playing him in, Blue Star?
Well, he'd need to be in either at the midfield, but the one thing about him, he's got some engine on him. That wee boy can run for the beginning of the game right to the end. He really has got some engine on him. And it's no coincidence that he went down to Shrewsbury and he was their player of the year. So Gerrard's right. He says watching him in training when they took them away there, he says he was outstanding. The wee guy definitely got plenty to offer.
Mm-hmm. Is it going to work for McCrory as well, Startalk?
I would love to see it work for McCrory, mate. I mean, I've seen a wee news thing the other day, but the manager saying he's really impressed with him and things like that down there. So he just needs to continue working hard down there, mate. And Greg Docherty's living proof you can come back and you can make it. So he just needs to continue doing what he's doing down there, mate. And I wish him all the best, because I love Ross McCrory so day. I mean, he came through our youth academy and things like that, and it's great to see young boys getting their chance and things like that. So, like I say, Greg Docherty's living proof. If you go away and you put a shift in down there, you'll get noticed, because when you're down there, you're not down there to be a Portsmouth. You're still a Rangers player when you're down there. You've got folk watching you and things like that. Gerrard made that very clear last year. And everybody we had on loan, Greg Docherty was the only one that stood out. So Ross McCrory's got a season ahead there, mate, to prove that he belongs up here with us, like many think he does.
Yeah.
That was a job you missed out in, Albert there. Loan manager, watching football, going and watch for players out in loan. I think you'd have been good at that.
I think I'd have been good at that, no? I've been probably drunk most of the time, but I've been good at it. The next times I'm sober, I've been good at it.
Nice one.
Loan manager, you thought you were getting a job with a Provi, didn't you?
I feel that. Take £20, pay $160 back.
Can I just say on the McCrory thing, Oxchair, I hope McCrory does as well as young Docherty did at Shrewsbury last season. And I'm only read a wee snippet this morning saying that the Portsmouth fans quite like him and he played quite well and so on and so forth. So that's a good start for him. And let's hope it goes, because we all thought he was looking good in his defensive midfield role, making a few wee mistakes, that's all. And that when you bring in quality, he's going to be pushed aside because of these over-eager mistakes, and the first touch is a bit poor. And hopefully that's a season down there, I'll sharpen all that up for him and he comes back and plays well for the Rangers. I've been on young Docherty. I've been very impressed when I've seen him. He's looking very good. A better player than when they left, that's for sure. I don't know, with the quality we've got in midfield, the times that we've picked teams for who our team would be, there's not very many people actually put Docherty in, because we've got quite a steady midfield. But the thing is, he can play. We've seen him playing, and I was quite impressed and very pleased for him, because, as you know, in in the far distant past there, I wasn't keen on him coming to Rangers, and I'm not keen on Rangers paying money to anyone that way. But good luck to him. He's done well. I don't know where he's going to fit in our team. And I hope if he does get the chance, he takes it with both hands and shows his way he's worth.
I can see him occasionally playing in the Candias role, but that's just a personal view, JFK.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I think Greg Docherty will be he'll be a bit part player for me. I think he's been doing his shoes when he's been doing there and he's done well with Shrewsbury, but for me, he'll be in the squad of players on a Saturday, Sunday, wherever we're playing Europe. I can't see him being a first choice unless it's a League Cup game or something like that, or the manager's struggling to fill that position through injury or suspension. So, same as Greg Docherty and McCrory. McCrory away down there. I think he'll come back the same as a bit part player. I think McCrory may not come back at all. I told you last season, I said to you that he was going to go, whether it be a loan or a transfer, and information was right. I still say that McCrory may not come back. If he does come back, I can't see him unless there's a big displacement of players at Ibrox that he becomes a first team player, the same as Greg Docherty. So for me, Greg Docherty is a squad player, and McCrory would probably come back as a squad player as well. That's my opinion of that.
JFK, do you see Docherty, for instance, being asked to go out and loan again?
I don't think he'll go out and loan. I think the gaffer sees him as he sees him as a squad player. You know, he's looking to have these 22, 23 players as a squad. He says he wants 2 players for every position. He's got that. So he will play Docherty where and when he's required to play, and I think that will happen in League Cup games, things like that. But as longer we progress in Europe, I don't think Docherty. The longer we progress in Europe, the stronger the team we're up against. I can't see Greg Docherty getting a game at it.
I think he would get a game if he could score. He has been very unlucky. A couple of lovely chances he's created for himself, and the goalkeeper's made it. One, the goalkeeper made a fine save, and another couple just shaving the post. So I think a wee bit of luck for him would maybe go a long way in the gaffer's eyes if he gets a couple of goals to back up his good play. Because that's what we need. We need midfielders that are going to score goals. Ryan Kent scoring goals.
Can I just throw a name in that my boy Graham just says to me, somebody who's been released? Do you think he would do a job for Rangers? He'd been released by Swansea, Wilfred Bonney.
Oh, he'll be looking.
Who, Jimmy?
Wilfred Bonney.
Yeah. They've released him because he went to Man City with big money, and they've released him because of his wages, didn't they? Is that the boy
I don't think our bench is big enough. I think he's pretty fat, isn't he?
Anyway, get yourself on mute. Whatever tune.
I sailed the wild Atlantic, crossed the broad Pacific shore. I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the forties roar. I've flying the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea, but there's a sea back home in Scotland, more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my rock. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my rock. And it's not on the really just play a screen. No more I'll sail the 7 seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again, I'm back where I belong. At 3 o'clock each Saturday I'll join the mighty throng. With flags and banners all around, I'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my dog. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen.
I know you like that one, Bridge.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? I do prefer the Blue Notes version of it. You know,
Only
absolutely
because you
superb.
have to run around the kitchen a bit quicker.
That's correct. No, I can't hold my breath long enough now. Brilliant. I love it, by the way. I love it. It's doing well at the stadium, you know. The crowd love that song, Stadium. Love it.
I think they would love the Blue Notes version, mate.
I think they would, pal. I think they would. I do, anyway.
Aye. You know class when you hear it, mate.
Indeed.
Just looking up Wilfred Bonny there, it's the name that was thrown at me with my boy. He's went for some big fees, guys, isn't he? So that. Just Graham just says, Dad, what about Wilfred Bonny? 12 million and counting he's went for. Joined Manchester City. £28 million he joined Man City. So
his wages will be sky high, man. just sky high. Yeah. And we would need someone who basically thinks his career's done insofar as the football's concerned. What age is he? Do you know?
He's only 30.
Right, so he's 30. Does he think his Premier League career in England is finished? So he would either go to China or the MLS.
I was looking here, Bridgeman. He was released by Swansea in a loan for last season, and he went to Al Arabi. I'm assuming that's in Qatar or something.
Yeah.
But they have now released him. He's a free agent. He'll go for good money.
He'll go for big money. Anyway, we're going to change the subject completely and talk about after-field stuff, which we don't really like to, but we can't avoid it. Bridgeman, I believe you got a statement which came for the club just no long before we came on air. So everybody get yourself on mute. And Bridgeman's got a statement to read it because he's on the one in the panel that can read.
A statement from the club today. Message to the supporters. Rangers would like to reassure supporters that matters concerning the litigation currently being brought against it by SDI Retail Services Limited are not as reported. Rangers was disappointed by the terms of the recent court judgment, but respects the decision of the court and will meet any financial award made by the court. No such award has yet been decided, and at this stage, Rangers do not even know how much it will be sought. Contrary to some reports, the judge has not determined that the contractual cap on damages will not apply. Rangers would also like to reassure supporters that no steps have been taken to stop supporters being able to buy this season's replica kits. End of statement.
Well, the reason we never discussed it yesterday, myself and Fox, we had the nod that there was a statement coming for the club today. We began to think it wasn't coming because it got so late, but then it came. So we avoided the subject and broke yesterday, so maybe that's a wee bit more clarity. There's not a lot in there. It basically tells you it's no finished yet and don't believe everything you read in the papers. JFK.
Yeah, well, I mean, I scanned online a day after because I don't buy them, no. But it was in one paper that I saw, and it was the Daily Rebel who decided to make it a story. The statement's a great statement. You know, outlets that we know are still selling Rangers kit, so I'm happy with that. Look, if Rangers have got a fine to pay, if that's what you want to call it, to the madman for Newcastle, then Mr. King will go on with that and pay it. But a good statement by the Gaffer, short and sweet, and telling us what is happening. So I think the Daily Rebel was being mischievous again. They were looking for other stories.
It was the front of the Sun as well, mate, online.
Online was it? Well, I never. But anyway, the two papers that I hate most of all. Anyway, so good statement by the club, short and sweet, tells us what's happening. We all know where we can go and get the Rangers gear, so I'm quite happy about that. And in that aspect, it'd be nice if the superstore at Ibrox was just adorned with all the new gear, but I don't know when that's going to happen. That might be a wee while yet. Wheels are in motion, I suppose.
Yeah. It's a bind this, but hopefully we're eventually going to get near the end of the whole saga, if you like.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, this is just unbelievable. It's just, I'm sick of it and scunnered to it. Really, I think a lot of other Rangers supporters just scunnered to the back teeth of it. The trouble is, Ox, is we never get told anything. I know it's all commercially sensitive and all this, but eventually you've got to tell the support what's happening here, by the way. Because these contracts and these court cases we keep going and keep getting beaten, I mean, this is madness. Absolute madness. I don't know where the advice is coming from or who's making the decision to go ahead with these court cases, but come on. That track record of that fat trumpet Ashley, you know what I mean? It's impressive when he gets into court. He never seems to get beat. So I don't know why we keep taking them on. And we never even go in with a strong case. It's always a sort of 50-50, 60-40 in his favour sort of case. And we lose it. Inevitably, we lose it. But I'm just sick to death of it. I really am sick to death of it. And the Daily Rat, I don't call it a rebel, it's a Daily Rat, that they're the Rangers haters. They'll just pile in. They always pile in, you know what I mean? And then you get all the crap. I like the statement, sort of just hitting that in the head, clarifying it. But that's just got to come to an end. Come on. It can't keep going on like this.
They're going to, I mean, you wouldn't think that it would never happen in Scottish football. With it, Blue Star, that a club would hire a PR department to try and hide bad news. That would never happen in Scottish football, would it?
Oh, no, wouldn't it? It wouldn't. You wouldn't think so anyway, pal.
No, that wouldn't happen, Fox, would it? So that if we've got bad news, they make sure it's in front of the paper while they're sweeping. That wouldn't happen, would it? Am I being facetious? Fox?
He's busy.
I'll tell you, Ox, I don't get the any of the tabloid papers. I don't read any of them. Because they're just comics. They're just hate machines. You know what I mean? The throwback to the 16th century when you had the people running through the villages with pitchforks chasing witches and all that. That's what that mob was like. They just want to instigate a hate brigade. That's all it's all about. So I don't know if there's any stories in there. It was going to get hidden. So I don't know if you're going to tell me something, but I don't know because I don't read them.
Well, there's a big story going on that's bubbling up, isn't there?
Well, the obvious one, aye.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, well, aye.
So
is that the one that never gets mentioned?
I don't know what you're talking about, Bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Stardog, you're the one on here with the young kids who want all the merchandise.
That's it, mate. I'll be ordering my stuff online anyway. I'm the same as yourselves. I don't read shitty papers, sorry for my language, but I don't read any of the papers or anything like that. Going to stores to buy strips and things like that, and I haven't done for years. The sooner we get rid of this fat fool, the better, mate. Because I'm honestly we're meant to be back now. All these dark clouds are meant to be like hanging errors, and it costs us money. It costs the club money every time we have to get back into court with this idiot. So in that aspect, mate, I'm like Albert. I'm just sick of it. I'm just gonna wait so more, and I wish that the fans just had an answer so that we could go and buy those strips and the money goes into the club like it should be and we could all move forward the way we should be doing as a club because we're meant to be back now. We're not meant to have any of this crap still hanging areas, but it just seems to be every time we get aired the line there's just something else and something else.
But when you read the statement, if you accept it as factual, because people might have different views.
Yeah.
The last sort of lines in it, JFK are telling you to carry on by the strips. I know you're in for a small medium, mate.
Yeah, well, I've kind of been up to a large now, mate, as you know. I'm kind of filling out a wee bit. I mean, we'll still go to the usual places. Like Stardog says there, you know, you go to the place there at City Nooks or there in the Northern Iron where there's a shop there as well and go and buy the merchandise. Or if you can't do that, then you go online, as Stardog says. But one of the things that came out at me was that, I mean, I hope I get his name right. I've not put it up here, but is it John Blair who's
James?
No, it's James Blair. Just remember to say myself, James. He was telling untruths regarding the Elite. He told Sports Direct that Elite Hummel had not been granted the retail rights. So I'd like to know more about that. I mean, I know what all Bear's saying that we're sick to the back teeth, but I'm just hoping somewhere down the line that the penalty isn't many millions. It's okay the club making a statement, and we'll all keep buying the merchandise. You know, everybody, it's all in the lobby and listen all over the world. Just keep going and getting the merchandise and keep it going for the Rangers. So That's what the last bit of the statement was saying. No, that the stuff's there. Go and buy it because we know where the money's gone. It's gone to the Glasgow Rangers. So let's hope that this is done sooner or later. And again, more negative journalism by the usual. Daily Rat's a good name. I call it a Daily Rebel. Albert calls it a Daily Rat, no. But aye, no. A lot of the papers today were rubbish about Rangers. Some stuff obviously we can't talk about. I know that, but this is a big thing for us. But aye, a good statement by Rangers. But I keep buying the stuff, guys and gals. It's there to support the Rangers because we'll support them ever more.
Can I just say, it sounds as if the Rangers board and their representatives, the legal representatives, think they're going to win the case. Otherwise, they wouldn't ask you to keep, for this season, keep buying it. Because something's going to happen.
You say a winner's bridge.
I'm trying to say that something's got to happen. The boys are right, but I don't know what's going to happen. But by the sound of it, and if Ashley or Ashley's representative in court get a ruling of this cap they had on it for £1 million, if that's not enforced, then the chances are you're going to have to give him 50-50 of all the shirts being sold. And all I'm saying is that I think you're going to find a lot of Rangers fans won't buy the shirts because Ashley's going to get some money out of it.
But that's the trouble, Bridge. Bridge, that's the trouble. Nobody knows. I mean, this is all just paper talk. And I've not got a clue about that contract, what's in that contract. Even the penalty clauses, I've not got a clue. So everybody's just throwing in numbers and speculating. That statement the night was to alleviate all this nonsense and go, no, I don't believe anything. Anything that's been written in the news, don't believe anything of that.
At
the end of the day, it's got to come to an end. It's just got to come to an end.
Indeed, pal, indeed.
Albert, looking for the outside in as somebody who doesn't really know much about it, but only what I've read in the past year or so, it looks as if that Ashley and his cohorts were entitled to some sort of legal right to sell Rangers merchandise, and they're trying to say that Rangers tried to dupe them.
No, JFK. What it was is they had the contract that the deal we struck. They had the rights to try and match.
I've worded it differently. They're saying they had the rights to match it. That's what was coming. They're saying that they had the rights to match it, and Rangers didn't allow that for whatever reason. If that's true, I don't know.
Do you think, Jeff? Do you think if we had a friendly press, this would be getting spun this way? See, with a friendly press, just one paper, anybody, just one friendly paper, you wouldn't be getting this. They'd be taking that Sports Direct to task for what they are, what kind of company they are. I mean, there's zero-hour contracts, or that slave labour that they're actually using.
It would never happen to them across the city.
Yeah.
Albert, it would never happen to them.
Exactly.
What's right through the media, the other, Radio Snide and the one that Spears and all them's on, even a couple of ex-Rangers players are on that as well. They're very negative towards the Rangers, so there isn't any good spin out there for us. Because you know why? Because we're back and they don't like it, so it's negativity. They're not going to talk about Ashley's working practices about slave labour. They're no interested. All they're interested in is that how he can down Rangers. That's a good story to them, because they're frightened that the establishment club is back and we're going to be taken over again, and they don't like that. So any news about Rangers is negative news. Never good news, never good news.
But I think as this contract goes on, obviously we won't know, but as this contract goes on, if we're into the new season now and we're still going along pretending, I'll use the word pretending, that there isn't a problem, and then we get to the tail end of the next season and we find out that we've been through the court with Ashley and his cohorts for about 4 or 5 times and lost every case, just to, as Albert says, every single time we go into court with them, we lose. These guys are going to take millions and millions of pounds off Rangers. Nothing. They've not done a thing. No, I'm saying if they look at the present moment, at the present moment,
you're absolutely nothing. All you're doing is falling into the trap of they.
No. I'm trying to. All I'm trying to say is there's
garbage, mate.
No, we're not talking garbage. We're trying to say there's a cap at the moment, legally speaking.
You're making a statement there, mate, that you've nothing to back it up. You're saying that 50% of your revenue, if it were strips, could potentially.
It could be, yes. We're not saying it is. They're not saying it is. All we're saying is it fears.
You're doing what the rags are doing. You're scaremongering the support.
I'm not scaremongering any support. All I'm giving my opinion. We could end up in a lot of trouble this season. The club are asking us to buy the strips, but we may be digging a bigger hole for ourselves. That's all I'm saying.
Are you basing that, Bridgeman, on what you've read today and yesterday?
No. See the statement. The statement today it's a good statement and it's clearing things up for us to a certain extent. The big fear is that we've been led to believe by the club that they've got a £1 million cap on any damages within this area. But that may not be true now. Sorry?
Who told you it was different for that?
No, I'm saying it may not be different. It may not be £1 million. That's what we're saying. It may not be. That's what the judge is going to come out with. There's no decision.
But Bridge, it may be £1. How do we don't
maybe,
know?
you're
This is the point.
absolutely right. Of course, you're absolutely right.
But what I'm saying is, you're looking at it and you're saying, all of a sudden, because some of the rags have said that Rangers are going to be paying this, that, and the other, and they've got an agenda. No, you could be right, but it albeit rightly says we don't know. Talking about wise men who might know, we've been joined by the one and only. Good evening, Travel Rug.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Travel, how are you doing?
Aye, very good, aye.
Nice to hear you, bud. Nice to hear you.
Aye, been listening in, boys. I just
Where
back
have
from
you been,
holidays.
mate?
I was away on holiday.
Where did you go, a cruise?
No, I was in the northeast of America, so I had 3 weeks out there. So aye, all good. Back home, back ready for the football. So.
Boston, seen all the family, were you?
Well, that's right. Aye. I was listening in, but I needed to call in because everybody's getting the blame here. I'm listening. He's blaming Radio Clyde and the record and Ashley, and is nobody going to point the finger at the board here and our legal team? They've made a right pig's ear of this, haven't they? Absolute mess of this. And you're right. We're not getting told very much, but for what us lay people that are no legal whiz kids, because that's obviously the strong point of the boys on the other side of the city. That's they know what the ins and outs of it. But for us reading it, it doesn't look pretty for us at all. It's quite embarrassing, some of the stuff that's been put in, and it's made a real mockery of our supposed legal team. And for me,
depends what you read, Travel Rug. That's if you're taking what's in the papers as fact.
I know, but there was something along the lines of the only people that could come out of the thing with any credibility at all was the people that are supplying our kit just now.
Well, they've done nothing wrong, have they?
Absolutely, no, but we have, and I think I've spoken about this on here before. This fella James Blair, he's a bit of the compare at the AGMs, and I've just not got I don't think he's got a good way about him. I think he's very condescending in the way that he speaks at the AGM, and I would imagine if he's going to behave like that in a courtroom, I'm pretty sure the judge and any other legal team would quickly turn on him, because I'm sure I was sitting there with Fox last year, and I remember saying then, he just doesn't speak well, and he's no the face that I would like our organisation. You can say all sorts of things about Stuart Robertson, but he is a kind-hearted looking face in the when he's representing the club. But any time I've seen that James Blair, I've no strong feelings about him, and it looks as if he's not coming out very well at his job. But I wanted just to say that, can we just stop blaming everybody else? And actually, this was a problem before. I don't think we asked too many questions about people before, whether it be David Murray or whether it was Charles Green or Craig White. These people were all allowed to come in and just run free through the club. I think we need to learn a lesson that the boards are the people that's running the club. I know they're getting a lot of kudos just now with respect to getting the manager in and some of the signings that we're making, and everybody seems to be quite happy with that. But they are not immune for getting any criticism and being asked any questions.
I mean, they're not immune for criticism, and they're not immune for making mistakes, mate.
No, I know that, but it just appears to be we can't afford to just fall into this blame everybody else.
No,
we still need to question ourselves sometimes.
What I said when I was talking to Bridge was, you've got to watch it. You don't take everything you read as the papers as fact, mate.
No, I agree with that, but I'm talking about everybody else is getting the blame out there, Ox. That was why I called in, because it was, if it's not the press, it's the radio. It was Mike Ashley, but we need to just be conscious that
Travel Rock, to be honest, it was Mike Ashley. Let's be honest here. He's got his knife into Rangers. That's what I was saying, and it's not a blame. It's a fact of life. Mm-hmm. He's got his knife into Rangers and he's not letting go, and he seems to want to get it in his mind to destroy Rangers.
And that's a fact,
mate.
He's a businessman.
He's not a businessman, mate. He's a vindictive wee guy, mate. That's what he is. He's been proved. He's been took into the House of Commons and grilled in there for being a vicious wee guy. Mm. He's just a horrible wee man. He just wants to win battles and he doesn't care who he tramples to do it. So I'm blaming him. I'm definitely blaming him.
Travel, can I come in there? How you doing, pal? I mean, I understand what you're saying now, but what Ox you're saying there, I mean, we're based it on what we've been told by the board and at the club. And it's not about apportioning blame to the papers and everybody else. It's about the way they're reporting it. But I'll ask you the same question as Oxshare asked Bridgeman. What is your evidence that it's all to do with the board? Why throw it at the board? I mean, I know you're saying there because James Blair's face doesn't fit. In your estimation, well, what make people would like to give their good face a slap because it deserves it? So if you're going in the assumption that the way he comes across and you don't like the look of him, how can you turn around and say that you don't think he's the man that's taking Rangers forward in this? To me, I mean, you're apportioning blame. Have you got evidence that he's dealt with the matter wrongly, or is it the whole board that's dealt with the matter wrongly?
JFK, it was in the thing, but it was in one of the reports that was I read it on Twitter. I think it was somebody put a copy of the ruling on, and it was and James Blair was quite critical of him because
I read it.
He did not provide the copy of the contract to Sports Direct to allow them then to effectively match what Hummel were going to be on Elite Sports. That was one of the legal. That was yes.
Is that news or was that an official court record?
That was a copy of the report.
Right. So you've seen that
judge's ruling.
I've only read what I read online on different form. I've not read that bit, but can you say 100% that is an actual court report?
That was shown. Somebody put the copies of the ruling on Twitter.
So I don't date Twitter, mate. So I'm not doubting.
Let's get away for the James. Sorry.
I'm not doubting what you're saying, Travelrog. I'm trying to let everybody else get the boat in it. I mean,
forget about the name James Blair. I think your point, Travel, I will give you that. I think it's the first point in about 5 years, but I will give you that. Somebody has made an error. Because we thought this was all finished.
Yeah, that's where I'm. That's one thing that bothered me about it, Ox, is because I thought a year ago when we'd walked away and we'd paid him all this money, I thought we were walking away and effectively the contract was ripped up and we were walking away with clean hands and we were now in charge of our own destiny when it came to the retail side, and that's why we've all jumped.
What it seems like now, mate, is that the contract was finished. But they still had the right to come in and try and match any other offer for the distribution deal that we had with anybody else had the right to match it, even if it was in favourable terms to the Bears. And because we never showed them that, that's how we're getting this, and that's the error. That's the way I see it now.
But Ox, just before did you not find it terribly strange that the club did not promote the kit release at all? You know, there's no big split. I mean, the social media side of your club is fantastic now, right? But they're not saying to you, go into the St Enoch Square or go to Belfast and buy the strip at the club. We're all treating these stores in Glasgow as club shops, but the club are not promoting it in any way. And that for me is really strange, considering we all, just as you said there, mate, a year ago we all thought we were walking away happy. Sports Direct had got their cut of the deal, we had got our cut, and everybody was, but it's quite obviously not. And once again, it's a wee bit that the supporters are suffering. We suffered terrible for the last 7 years, and now we're that way. Do we buy a strip? Do we know? And I don't know. It's just it's no stopped me buying my stuff, and but it just
everywhere.
I know, and it's great. That's fantastic. I mean, I'm away there on holiday, and I'm seeing strips of other places, and it's brilliant. Which we hadn't seen, but I never mind. Well, my point on it was, and I'm enjoying listening to you all, but I'm just a wee bit afraid that nobody's willing to point the finger at the board and say this is a big mistake here.
Well, I think as a conversation with the development, you couldn't take it away from the error that was made.
Absolutely.
What we were talking about was what's in the press and the negativity. It's the biggest scandal of it at Scottish football. I don't think so. And we'll have to wait and see how it pans out.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Sports Direct, to put it this way, Travel Rug, Sports Direct has no took any criticism out of this whatsoever in the press. And that's wrong, by the way. That's completely wrong. There's two sides to every story. We might have made the mistake, no denying that. But we did, as you pointed out, we did think that line was drawn under that contract when we paid that money out. Everybody thought that. Only to be told later on, oh, no, you need to show them any contract you sign with another company and give them a chance to match it. We didn't know any of that. This is the bit I keep saying to everybody. We never get tell anything. We just, like mushrooms, kept in the back, kept in the dark, and fucking sharp on. That's basically it. Sorry for the language, guys.
You know, Albert, one of the guys that used to be with old time Rangers radio, Larky Deek. Larky Deek said 4 or 5 years ago, the very first thing Rangers should get now, once they get their tool sharpened, get themselves a lawyer, a QC, and get them on the board. Someone that knows the law, and particularly sports law, because we'll need that going forward. And my goodness gracious, the guy was absolutely right. Because I don't think.
Well, here's a question for you. Who is the Rangers lawyers?
Well, I don't know the name of the company, but I know that James Blair is a company secretary, but he also acts as a lawyer because he is a lawyer by trade, I believe.
Well, I hope he's not dealing with a case. What was just doing the secretary work?
But isn't that what JFK said, that they were bringing his name up, James Blair's name up, as a person that made some mistakes or something like that? Was that what you said, JFK?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that's correct.
That was you. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, pal.
I'd mentioned James Blair's name earlier on, but I didn't know enough detail. But Travelrug's come on and he's gave us more detail on that. So, and about that knowledge that Travelrug's brought. I mean, what part is he playing in it? Did he dupe Sports Direct? Is that what he did? Travelrug's telling us that there's court records there that have been shown that Rangers, whoever it was, have duped him to say we weren't going with Hummel. So what is happening here? So about that knowledge and that information that Travelrug's brought to the phone in the night. So, I mean, what is happening? You know, like you guys, I'm going to still go and buy the merchandise. But then what happens further down the line, I don't know exactly, because how much money were brought in for merchandise since this so-called deal was made a year ago. Is it 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million? Does a judge make a judgment on that and say that Rangers are going to pay 50% of that? But nobody actually knows. And what Travelrug's telling us there, that in the uncertain terms, somebody's made a right arse of it. Is it the Rangers board? If it's a Rangers board, then
it wouldn't necessarily mean that they would have made any money off it, mate.
But that's what we don't know, Oxy.
All it was they had the right to match the distribution deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could have, let's be hypothetical, but my sister's married, and I might be wrong, I'm not a lawyer. Right. So we get a new contract with something, we're going to distribute it through Elite, right? The contract with Hummel. So they had the right to come in and get the distribution part of the deal. We'd have still been with Hummel, but they'd have been selling it for us in Sports Direct. Now that we know that's not a good fit for us, because I'm for one, I would struggle to even enter in. I didn't like his business model before. I would struggle to go into shops and buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the damage is done there, and so we kept that bit of paper back. We never let Sports Direct see the Hummel, and then they've come back in and said, by the way, this was meant to come to an end, but the final straw was we were allowed to match any deal. We weren't allowed to, so we'll see you in court. And that's the mistake that Travel Rug's talking about. What I can make, there is a £1 million cap on that. The rest is purely speculation. Now we don't know how it's going to go.
That's what I'm saying. And Sports Direct are obviously fighting the battle that they feel that being denied the chance to match the offer made by Hummel, right? That they're obviously arguing the point that they have lost future revenue, right? And I know it's only paper talk, but the fear is, and what Travel Rug's saying there, is that if the board weren't on the ball here, could there be some major consequence financially down the line? It's all right saying, is there £1 million cap on it, Oxshire? Do you know that for certain? I know that's what
the clubs put it.
Aye, I know that. I know the club's made a lot of statements. I'm not backtracking what I said earlier on in the conversation, but what I'm saying is that if there's documentation there saying that Rangers withheld that, then we need to sit up and take notice of that.
I made an error. I would agree.
How is that? My question would be: is you're saying there's £1 million cap in that, and I hope there is £1 million cap in that. But if there is not £1 million cap, and this judge decides to put a other figure on it, I'd be worried about what kind of figure he would put. If Sports Direct could argue we have lost a potential earning of 25 million, I'll just throw that in there. Would we be liable to pay that? That's my fear too.
That would mean that we'd have turned out £100 million in strips.
No, I just threw 25 million out there. I'm just saying, like,
hypothetically.
Hypothetically, I mean, what kind of fight? How much has Rangers made in the last year for strips and merchandise? I don't know. So the judge might turn around and say Rangers have made £25 million in one season, and Sports Direct are entitled to £10 million of that. That would be shocking. Who would be blamed for that? Travel Rug's spot on there. We get into the conversation early, but we weren't apportioning blame to the papers and that. It's just the way the papers have reported it. If Travel Rug's come on there and gave us more information, now you're starting to think, if there is a penalty to pay, how much will that penalty be, and who's to blame for that?
Well,
here's another question as well, by the way. How long does that agreement go for? Is it just this one contract?
No, I think it's an annual thing, isn't it? Yeah. They're allowed to match on an annual basis.
How would a lawyer, how could a business, he must be able to end at some term, wouldn't he?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know that either.
Ox, I know the people reacted the way I just when I said about Mike Ashley being a businessman. That's the worrying thing about this here. He's absolutely astute when it comes to these things. I mean,
he's
no point. No, of course you don't march into the House of Commons and take on the government with a backstreet boy that's just at a university. He's got probably some of the best and most expensive briefs that's available, and we're getting into this fight with him. And I'm just a wee bit worried now. But this could probably all goes back to when David Murray sold out the club. At no point then did anybody think that the whole White, Charles Green, whole Lambias, that was obviously all well interlinked and Mike Ashley in the background there and tying up these retail deals at that stage. He's went in there and just absolutely strangled us. Do you see what I mean? We've been set up and just it'll be an absolute minefield to try and get out of it. And now we're starting to discover just how deep that is. And it's I'm no particularly confident that we're going to march out of this with a pocket full of cash. I hate Ashley. I don't think I've ever shopped in his shops, but we need to remember this guy's not a multi-billionaire by being a dumpling. And
Travel, can I ask you a wee question?
Where did you get Donny shorts for then?
Never had Donny in my life. Right,
Can I come in and
go on,
ask
Bridgeman?
It's just one of the things that, if my memory serves me right, when we bought out the 7-year deal with Ashley, when we were running it down and we went out and bought the last 3 years and gave him £3 million the last 4 years, I think then we signed a contract with them for a year, for the final year. But we signed a new contract with them for the final year, and I think that's the contract that's got a rolling agreement for distribution rights.
We obviously didn't sign out at Bridge. I think that's a big problem here. But I think we were told that we'd signed our way out it, but I think it's quite obvious now that we didn't.
No, but I think we actually signed a new annual contract with them. So the 7-year deal was ripped up, and we put in a brand new 1-year deal. But in all probability, within that deal, there was this rolling agreement that would say if you get an offer for distribution, we've got the right to match it, and we'll probably just sign it.
But Bridgeman and one of the other fellas has already said this. We are not getting told these things, so that was obviously signed and agreed, and we were not told. And now when it's all coming out, and do you know what? That's not an unusual for Ox. You'll know, working in business, that's not an unusual type of contract arrangement. If you're dealing with a service contract, we change suppliers. We are, and certainly in my line of work, we are obliged to go back to the people that had the contract before, and you give them an opportunity to compete. Maybe no match it, but certainly to compete on the. You don't just bin them. So I think I think we've probably. I don't know if we've tried to be clever, and maybe we're not just as clever as we thought.
The strange thing, Trouble Rog, is that we spend that money to get out that 7-year contract, and it's 7 year on, and we're still messing about with them. It's madness. It's like madness.
They've managed to get that wee clause in there for sure, and we never understood it. I don't think we've got anybody that's sports.
What other clauses are there,
person? Sorry?
He's not daft. We know that. Ashley's not daft. We all know that. We all know what we're taking on here, by the way. But he's a vindictive. He doesn't think for a minute that even if he won that contract, the Rangers support's going to walk into these stores. I will never walk into these stores. Even when he's away at Rangers' hair altogether, I will still never walk into these stores. Ever. So I think he's living. Even the Newcastle fans will not walk into these stores if you listen to any of them. I mean, they're going through a nightmare. We're going through a nightmare with them. They're going through hell with them.
That's a different thing. They need to do more. If they want rid of them, they need to do more. But they're no just maybe as much as Rangers fans were. But
I think our club's got a big job.
I know we're not talking about Sports Direct, but Ashley owns half of the high street. That's the problem. Ashley owns bits of Tesco's. He owns Fraser's and the Toon and Debenhams. He's got his fingers in everything.
Don't tell me anywhere. I'm not going out the house now.
I just wonder what our club can do, if anything, because we seem to be, based on the wee discussions we're having tonight, we seem to be constantly losing. Let's hope it all turns around and the club get a wee victory. All we need is one victory.
To watch with the Courtsbridge, we constantly won another famous battle right to the end, and then
right to the very end. Yep, absolutely, and then it turned on us. Yeah.
So we won. What did we win? About 5 stages in that.
Correct.
And it didn't matter. I mean, I think for the support and the club, if it is £1 million and then the contract's ripped,
When we're celebrating, hope for the league title 58, 59.
aye, it's ripped up, mate. You know what I mean? £1 million.
That's what we want to get to. Yeah.
That would be. I think that would be great for the support. By the way, I'm with Albert. I don't think Ashley, in fact, every time this kid drags on, he actually maybe costs himself more money because people are not getting near his shops. I know it's.
Yeah, I was asking the question the last time we Oxter when we were talking about it, and I was saying, is there some way Rangers maybe should and through the St Enoch shop, for instance, shouldn't we be using that as our distribution?
That's
so we set. No, I'm only them. So we've not got a distributor at all. All we've got is Hummel sending the stuff to the Ranger shop, and the Ranger shop selling it.
Elite's for shops, Bridge. Elite.
Yeah, but that's a company. That's what I'm trying to say to you. That's a company. Maybe we should just keep it all Rangers. That's what I mean.
Ox.
I don't know whether it's possible. I don't know.
Ox, who owns Elite?
I don't know, mate. Don't know. Mike Ashley.
I don't know. Ox, I'll make it even worse than that. It wouldn't surprise me if David Murray had part of Elite. Do you know that way?
You know,
I hope it all works out for us. I hope it all works for us. And that wee guy doesn't get a penny off us. I hope we find a judge that votes in our favour and completely wipes him out as far as the cases against us.
Would you come on the night? For I'm not going to sleep the night now. You've got me mental now.
Just to let you know, he also owns Concept Cruising.
Guys, Elite Group is actually owned by Hummel Pro. Company's House, Hummel Pro / Elite Group. But Staney's brand, blah blah blah. Elite Group are a partner of the exclusive brand of the Danish football brand Hummel.
They must be the distribution arm, yeah.
Yeah. So there you are. So Elite Group travel are part of Hummel. So, but like yourself,
who owns Hummel?
Do you want to know, Ox? But here's a worrying thing. Mike Ashley could probably go and buy Hummel tomorrow.
Aye.
That's we just need to.
Yeah, but it's that. See that link between Hummel and Rangers at that Rangers shops. What we're speaking about. It's that part I think Rangers should be doing themselves. So the people that are running our shops, we've only got a couple of shops. So the people that are running them, they should be doing the role of Elite Sports, and that would mean that the distribution side of it, the actual distribution side of it, is getting handled by Rangers. Hummel are just selling the stuff to Rangers, and Rangers are selling it themselves.
But Hummel only selling the stuff to Rangers.
No, I know they're selling it to Elite.
Elite is an arm. Elite are an arm's length company associated with Hummel. Hummel are so it's Rangers can't touch it.
No, they're the distribution company, right? I'm saying that part that Elite are doing, Rangers themselves should do that, and that takes away any distribution.
I don't
know if it works.
They can't.
They can't. That's what the ruling is. They can't. That's what the ruling is.
Bridge.
Hold on.
Bridge, Bridge, are you sitting there with red braces on or something?
No. I'm saying to you, I think there's, for me anyway, the only way Rangers are ever going to get out of this is that either we get a really good judge, or we actually sell our own gear. We order the stuff for Hummel. It comes up to whatever shop we've got, and we distribute it from there, maybe online. That's the only thing we can do, in my opinion.
We can't do that in a moment.
Yeah.
I know we can't. I'm saying that's possibly the only way we're ever going to get out of here. So we maybe need to let all the stuff go that we've done and start from scratch in 2 years' time or something like that.
Bridge, we've been over this before, and I'm sure you guys will remember. David Murray done it. Remember we had Diadora or something strips that we were dealing with, and that turned out to be a right mess as well. So for me, leave the management of sportswear to these companies. That's what they're good at. That's their profession. Let's us just concentrate on being a football team and getting a football side and all.
You're right, mate. The only way we're going to go to it, mate, is play bollock. That's the only way we're going to go to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just go there, bollock and play. That's it. Done, finished. Next trip.
I can just
There's
imagine
got to
Oxley's
be one
holiday.
way. There's got to be a way around it. Either we're going to have to pay more money to possibly to Ashley to calm everything down, and then they'll find out whether the Rangers fans want to do the job and buy the stuff for Ashley. Because I would think not. There's a massive amount of Rangers fans will not touch Ashley with a barge pole, and he knows it.
I don't think Ashley doesn't need the money, Bridge. I think I'm just, again, that's where my fear is, that he's enjoying this.
There's not much we can say. There's not really much we can say. We have to get rid of him somehow, don't we? We do. I know he's got a contract with another company, the Rangers and him and you got Sports Direct set up, Rangers and them set up to run now the big store at Ibrox. And I don't know whether that's crack contracts up this year or not. But somewhere along the line, that's going to, with that support shop will pass to us again eventually. I hope.
By the way, that Club 1872, what are they doing, by the way? They should be asking these questions in behalf of the support. They're hell of a quiet. What are they not coming out with saying something? What's happening with them?
Stop swearing, old bear. No, that saying they're as much good as a chocolate fire guard.
Oh, you're right, Jimmy.
They're in there they're feathered their own nest, so they're not even.
But they're supposed to be the our interface with the board, aren't they? They're the ones that are supposed to be doing something. I hope somebody for 1872 is listening to the show tonight, because I'm asking the question, because I do contribute to that mob. And I'm telling you right now, if they don't come out with a statement within the next 48 hours, they can whistle Dixie for the money I'm paying to them. I'm out. I'm done with them.
No naming names. I know a few people on it for different organisations who have now got their feet under the table. So they should be ashamed of themselves. They've bettered themselves in whatever direction that their different organisations were going, and now they're up there and they're getting all the gratuities that Rangers can throw at them for their various organisations. For me, they're rubbish. They don't speak for me. I get more sense here on Rangers Radio than I would.
You sure about that, Jay?
Oh, hey, that's a compliment, right? So at JC just put up James Blair is Club 1872. I don't know if Travel Rug can enlighten him on that, just on the lobby there. How much you know?
Well, do you know, I can remember something getting brought up about this. I think when Club 1872 first kicked off, I think he was, I don't know if he intermediary but he seemed to have a bit of control over it. And I can remember guys walking away from it at the time because they thought that he had too much of a say on things, you know.
Conflict.
Sorry?
Interest, isn't it? Conflict.
I'm just at GC put on there. I only know for what he does at Rangers and board level and negotiations, but as I say, I'm not wanting to name other names. There are 2 or 3 others who I know that I think that they started other organisations and they were a mouthpiece, and they thought they could just go and they get voted on as non-executive on the board or whatever. It became in Club 1872. Their statements are rubbish, all there. They don't mean nothing to me. Mm-hmm. They're absolute garbage, you know. So I'm not.
I was always under the pressure. I was always under the impression that the Club 1872 were there to be a sort of opposition party to the board, to keep them honest, to keep them on the straight and narrow, to be report back to the support, to put the support's point of view. I've never had a newsletter, an email. I've had absolutely nothing after that brigade. No. They're just faceless wonders.
Yeah.
When they've been asking questions at the AGMs I've attended, I've always been really disappointed in their questions. You know, they've been too cosy with the board. That was my feeling about it, and I agree with what you're saying, that they should be the forefront of the ones that's asking the probing questions. And I'm not saying make it difficult for them, but let the board know that they are answering to us. And
correct, mate. Correct.
But but what I've seen in them, it's always been a wee bit too wishy-washy, and they've never, it's maybe I'm wrong, maybe they do a bit of good work in the background, but for what I've seen, and purely because of what I've seen, and you're right with these statements they come out with, that there's never much content or much fire in them. It's never encouraged me to go and put my money in towards 1872. That's not the way I would want to do it.
Here, mate.
They're supposed to be our first line of defence. And what happened to the club in the past there in the last since 2012 and beyond? They're supposed to be there as a safeguard. They're supposed to be there to make sure, hold on a minute, that's never going to happen to us again. We all said this. All the support said that. That's why they all united into this banner, 1872 banner. What's happening is, I say, as JFK said, they're just wishy-washy. They're just nothing. They're just non-entity.
I remember Ricky Neal coming on here and speaking, and I always had a bit of time for listening to Ricky, and I thought, you know what, he's the type of guy that should be there. And
the young lassie no come on as well. The young lassie not come on as well.
I always found it strange that Ricky never got involved or wasn't there, and that kind of,
I think he left.
Started a wee bit of warning signs. But why?
Did not all fall out or something like that?
But why, Ricky? Bridge? But why?
Oh God, I honestly don't know, pal. I don't
know that, mate. But maybe you're understanding where I'm coming from then.
My information about the 1872 club is that they think they're the bee's knees, because now they've got the slippers on and their feet under the table and they think they're part of Rangers, and they try to make it they speak for the fans. They don't speak for the real fans. There's some individuals in there who need to take a good look at themselves. They put themselves out there at high profile, doing interviews all over the place. And you know who I'm talking about. And if you're listening to this, you know who I'm talking about. Right? And your absolute garbage organisation can't even speak up on behalf of the real Rangers fans. No, the guys that sit in Club 1872.
I think to speak for the support's a very hard thing, mate. Because
they try to make it that they do, Oxshire, but they don't.
I'm not a fan of Club 1872. If I was, I would have contributed to it. And we've had issues with them as part of Rangers Radio, but I don't want to go into that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we're a very, very broad church, mate. And for anybody to speak for the fans as a collective is a very, very difficult thing to do. So what do you do? Do you speak to the fans who go to the away games? Do you speak to the season ticket holders? Do you speak for the thousands and millions that maybe are all over the world to contribute to the club? It's a very broad church, mate, and I don't know how you...
But what they should be doing, Ox, wait a minute, Ox, what they should be doing is booking places to hold meetings. Would you know?
Would you know if you were Club 1872, it'd be maybe a good idea to come on to a wee Ranger station who speaks to thousands of fans every night?
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
But they think we only speak to hundreds, and the record audience is 45,000 for one show. And that
wait a minute. See that carry on that they only think the Rangers Radio speak to hundreds. It doesn't matter if the Rangers Radio is speaking to one. Each Ranger supporter is important. Every Ranger supporter is important. So you don't need to have 45,000 to talk to. I don't care. They should be getting halls, meetings once a month, twice a month, whatever it is, booking these halls and inviting Ranger supporters who are members of their club to come along and put their views to them. How are they going to speak for a support if they never actually meet a support?
Everyone, anywhere, or what's the new strapline they're going with now, Ox? We're all inclusive. Everybody's involved.
Sounds like one of your boats to me, but there you go. Anyway, it's that time of the evening, Bridgeman.
Oh, what can I say? What a fascinating evening, guys. We had some really good discussions. Really enjoyed it. And this last 3/4 an hour there, absolute dynamite. You guys have been brilliant. Great suggestions. And obviously we've been up high and we've been down low. I just hope that Rangers get themselves a really good lawyer or get a number of lawyers, whatever it takes, and gets the whole thing cleared up for us. And the fans can then march on and buy our strips and know the money's going to a good cause to the Rangers. That's where we really want to be. That's utopia. Whether we get there or not, I don't know. But in the meantime, to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here, on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, based on our discussions, the Rangers really need us. Keep it going for the Rangers. Keep it going.
Can I thank everybody for the way they conducted themselves? Sometimes these subjects get... It's funny how the off-seal stuff gets the passion going, maybe more than the off-seal stuff, maybe since Lee Wallace has left. This has been Rangers Radio. Thanks to everybody for joining the panel. Thanks to everybody for listening to the lobby and all the other Facebook, Twitter, and everybody else that listens to us. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Fox.
Oh, every other Saturday, my half day off, and it's up to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland Road, me and my wee pal Joe. Oh, we love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Oh, we won the Scottish League about 1,000 times. The League Cup is simple too. We gave some exhibitions in the Scottish Cup. We gave a Wembley Wizard too. And when the Glasgow Rangers win the European Cup, like the one they had before, we'll rally round an Ibrox 100,000 strong. We'll give the boys an Ibrox roar. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score.